beautiful Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for March 2022. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, so the new moon is in Pisces on the 2nd of March, depending on where you are in the world. And that's all about your dreams, personal goals and professional goals, but it's also about hitting targets, okay? Allowing yourself to dream big and achieve whatever it is you set out to do. It is a peak manifestation period that actually aligns itself with Jupiter, the planet of good luck, expansion, and prosperity. Also, you may be feeling a little bit more creative or romantic than usual, maybe even a little bit more poetic. Let me get that word out, poetic, okay? And you will definitely feel a little bit more attractive because this time period, there's a wonderful link with Venus, the planet of love. So you will feel more attractive within yourself. You may look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, I'm looking pretty fine today, okay? Now that really connects to your 5th house of romance and creativity, which is actually activated on the 2nd of March there. This time period is about finding pleasure in what you do and opening yourself up to a little bit more fun. So you've been working really hard recently and you've been feeling it's always nose to the grindstone and you're in a bit of a groundhog day. Expect the energy to change and shift a little bit more, okay? Now, obviously, towards the end of the month, we've got that full moon in Virgo. That's on the 18th of March. That aligns with Pluto, so you're absolutely in your element. Secrets come to light, but also things that you are working on. There are hidden aspects to it that actually see you move forward. You can feel really confident within yourself to pursue those goals and dreams. This is a time for building your reputation, but also working smarter, not harder, okay? Now, be a little bit mindful of that Virgo influence towards the end of March because it can bring like extra criticism. You may critique yourself in a pretty harsh way, and they just want you to be mindful that sometimes we can be a little bit down on ourselves or a little bit hard on ourselves. So, you know, activate some compassion towards yourself, especially with that Virgo influence right at the end of the month. Now, they want me to go again, which is so unusual. They're like, again, more. So they want me to give you some more cards here. Now, at the end of the month, your 11th house is activated, and that is your time for networking, your social circles, and, you know, sort of building and expanding in terms of your gifts. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? It can also be you focusing on your finances and career goals, okay? Just as I said that, the abundance card came out and there's a big old coin on it there as well. So definitely, you know, towards the end of the month, there's a lot more focus on your finances. And that can be, again, that Virgo influence, the things that you're working hard towards, making sure that, you know, you are implementing energy, but also being met with reward for what you do, making sure that it's worth it, whatever it is you're trying to achieve. That time period, whoa, okay? That time period can be a real measure of you asking, how can I serve my dream, my goal? How can I serve the world around me? So you may want to express yourself in a certain way and be really authentic, which I expect nothing less from you, my beautiful Scorpio. I always say if Scorpios have got nothing really sort of positive to say in a situation, especially if they care about the situation, they tend to go a bit silent. But if, like, you know, your expression is called for and it is harsh and it is someone who is really pressing your buttons, you know, you may stay silent and try not to press that red button for a long time. But then all of a sudden, if it's no longer working, I feel like it's almost like you give warning shots to people. And if they don't heed the warning shots, then, you know, nobody wants to piss off a Scorpio. That's what I, you know, sorry for swearing, but I feel like you try not to go to those extremes, okay? Now, interesting energy. We've got the Fool card to start. How would you like to receive? We've got the Emperor here in the resistance position, and we've got the Empress. Interesting. We've also got the World card. So there is some sort of lesson that is being learned here. And I feel like it's about you balancing out your masculine and feminine energy. We all have, you know, that divine energy within us. You know, they attribute masculine energy to taking action on something, and feminine energy is to receive the rewards of everything you've worked really hard for. So I feel like it's a very positive time period, a reaping reward time period for you. But we will come to the energy as we come to it. Now, the first card that's come out here for you is this one. I'm using beautiful Mahrukh X's Shamanic Heart Oracle deck. It says, it's easy to be brave from a distance. It's easy to be brave from a distance. So perhaps you felt really disconnected from things recently, and you've been feeling like you're a bit of an outsider looking in. And I feel like you may be pulling up your courage to take some sort of new start in your world. But in order to observe it, you need to be from afar. You need to have taken a step back, whether that is a relationship or whether that is a career opportunity. You've taken some sort of step back to really assess. Now, it's, you know, it always reminds me of this card, actually feeling it, the energy that's coming through, because I read energy and I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. It's always really easy. For example, if you're in love with somebody and you know to the depths of your core that you're in love with that person and you want to be able to express how you feel, you could be like thinking about them all the time in your apartment, and you're like, I'm going to tell them this, I'm going to tell them I love them, I'm going to just bite the bullet and say how I feel. And then you're face to face with that person. You're no longer from a distance. And when you're face to face with that person, all of a sudden you're like, blah, 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 and you just like, it doesn't come out right. Or, you know, all of a sudden all the words get caught in your throat and you're like, I can't do it. Or you just stay silent. So I'm just getting this like distance where you've stepped back from something and you're feeling like at the moment you're outside looking in. Now, if you feel like that's your career or it is some sort of goal, I feel like you're reassessing. The Fool card basically says, you know, you're taking some sort of leap of faith, and it has to be a calculated one. So you can't just rush in where fools, you know, was it angels fear to tread, that sort of things. Fools rush in and angels fear to tread is what they're giving me. So I feel you're summoning your courage, as it were. Now, we will go deeper and find out what that's to do with. We've also got offerings. Now, you bring a lot to the table in every situation. If you're not bringing your A game to a situation, Scorpio's not even in the building, because you will not go for something that you cannot actually bring your A game, because you're the sort of person, you're either in or you're out. There's no in between. You're not someone who would be wishy-washy, string someone along, or you know, really, you need time to think things through. You need to take a step back in order to work things out. If, you know, people talk about the famous Scorpio silence. Oh, my Scorpion has gone dark on me. They've gone silent, okay? Of course, it depends on the circumstances, but a lot of the time it is a protective measure, a withdrawal, just to reassess our energy, reassess our feelings. I'm a Scorpio too, so I understand that withdrawal where we need to work things out, because we know what we are about to invest in a situation. We're about to bring our A game. So whether that's in love, whether that's in career, we want to make sure that it is worth it. Also, it's almost like doing, you know, damage limitation. We reassess and reassess just to make sure, okay, I could get very hurt in this situation. I need to withdraw just to make sure that this situation is worth the sacrifice I'm about to make. And the sacrifice is giving all of me, okay, to the situation. So I feel that you're working out what you have to offer. And I do feel like there are some things coming on in here for you as well. Something that you've been trying to manifest for a while. The offerings card says, there is an offer or a gift that is meant for you. Trust it. offer, gift, showing, respect, healing. Okay, now it's number 36. When you reduce it, 3 plus 6 is 9. The Hermit energy, which means it is just for you, it's for nobody else. It is a solitary offer that is reflective of you and who you are. You have summoned this in, is what I'm getting. Okay, this actually brings you peace, because they're really highlighting the pipe here, and I feel like it is a peace pipe. This is something that you have been visualizing for some time, manifesting in your life, and March is the sort of month where you capitalize. It's almost like there is something new on the table here that brings a lot of success and abundance towards you, because you got the Empress card and the World card in the final position. So that is your outcome, which means something is coming to completion. There is reward. You can be satisfied that you've done a job well done. But the offer reflects who you are, and I feel like it's going to be something that recognizes your talent, your skill, or your offering, because I feel like you're being matched here. Okay. Now also we've got Divine Feminine. So again, as you can see, it's about this yin and yang energy. You've got Divine Masculine energy right here. Sometimes we are called to take action on something, and sometimes we are called to open and be receptive. It says unleash your creative side, write, paint, or dream up new ideas, nurturing receptivity, a woman. This is also about enhancing your intuition, your intuitive skills. Now, as you can see, this particular feminine, she's looking at the viewer. She's slightly closed off. So they're indicating open up, express yourself. You are authentic in nature. So anything you say or express, people will be like in awe of your truth, and they respect you for that. That is one of the things that people love about Scorpios. They also feel a little bit cagey because they know that when they ask for the truth, they get it. And sometimes they're like, I'm not sure if I wanted the truth, maybe I just wanted like half the truth. But if you ever want the truth, you go to a Scorpio, that is for sure. So I feel like you're going to be a little bit more creative in March, some sort of dream, because Pisces, that new moon in Pisces is all about dreams. It's all about goals, daring to dream big, bigger than ever before. And we've got here stone people. Now, you may have felt like there was an immovable object in your life at the moment, or some sort of blockage that you've been wrestling with, where you're like, you know what, I've tried everything to move this particular thing or this particular person forward, but nothing is happening. Okay, it's number 60 when you reduce it. 6 plus 0, of course, is 6. So that is the number of the Lovers card. That's about unity. Now, I cannot ignore the fact that there is an Emperor here in the reverse position, and we've got an Empress. So if you felt like you have not met your counterpart yet, and you felt like there's a huge blockage in terms of your... Okay, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're giving me a song right now, so I will come to that song in a moment. You may have felt that there was a stagnant situation, that no matter how much you chipped away at something, it still just didn't work out. Okay, now the song that they're giving me, okay, the lyrics, I mean, it's a very famous song. The lyrics that they're giving me, though, very poignant. They're actually selecting some lyrics that they want you to be aware of, and it is, you can be addicted to a certain type of pain, and then it loops. It just goes really muffled, and then they're coming up with you're just okay, I understand, I know the song, just somebody I used to know. So perhaps that is a blockage. Perhaps there is a relationship from your past. You may not want to be with that person from the past, but there may have been damage that was done in that relationship that has prevented you from opening up. I mean, it says stone people. Everything can change, even someone with a heart of stone. And it says no feelings, numb, disinterested, distant. So if you feel recently or since a last breakup or some sort of separation or something that did not go your way, if you felt really numb, I mean, that is not a usual state for my beautiful Scorpios. We're always full of passion. We either love something or we hate it. It's just our genetic makeup. We can consider things, we can look at other options, but we make our mind up pretty clearly, quickly, like, nah, it's not for me. Or, yeah, I'm totally in. I love it. So if you felt that you've been not yourself recently, or you've been like in this mundane cycle of just getting up in the morning, Groundhog Day, and then doing your chores or going to work and doing all those things, and you're on repeat all the time, there may be something that needs to change in terms of your focus, or they're indicating that you have the power to change your side of the street in this situation. So whether it is, something from the past is in some way blocked, or you're dealing with someone who is very stubborn in a cycle, a pattern that they seem immovable, they're indicating here that everything can change. Nothing is ever set really in stone. We have the power to overcome the obstacles, but we need to be motivated to do it. First of all, we have to be aware that there's a blockage in the first place, because sometimes we're not even aware. I also feel if you have recently felt a little bit disconnected from your career, or you felt that the passion you once had for something has been lacking, I feel like you were meant to be put on pause for a reason, because you're exhausted. You've burnt yourself out with your passion, your laser type focus. So if you felt completely burnt out and you're like exhausted, they wanted you to almost disconnect. I feel like Spirit blocked your feelings on a certain thing so that you could recoup your energy, revitalize yourself, but also re-examine your priorities and make sure you put yourself first above everything. Because a Scorpio who's completely burnt out, or who has, bad health because they're working too hard, nothing can exist without you. So, you have to put your own needs first and recognize that, your health comes first. So just be mindful of that. Now, because it is number 6, it could be to do with a relationship or relationships, friendships. For example, if you feel like there's certain relationships that have been difficult recently, or you've disconnected from them in some way, you may be looking at the way that you interact in relationships, and that, you come up against a brick wall eventually on people. It can be because you're so passionate about who you are, and you know who you are deep within, that some people who are not so spiritually mature as you, they may feel intimidated, because they don't mean to feel like they're in competition with you, but sometimes, when you meet someone who's got all their SHIT together in life, and you're like, damn, they've got it all going on. They know what they want to do. They know where they want to go. They know all of these things. They've got everything together. You start to think about your own side of the street and think, oh my gosh, I need to do that. I need to do this. It feels like a lot of pressure sometimes, because I feel like they may be measuring themselves up against your journey, okay? And they may then fizzle out. It's almost like they don't want to talk anymore, or they disconnect because they feel you're always striving to better yourself. You're always striving. And the Scorpio element is to rebirth. It is to change. It is to live in cycles. So whenever you feel like you've exhausted one avenue of your life, you're always thinking about the next plan. Plan A, plan B, plan C. And you're fluid. You're actually revitalizing your energy, and you're shifting. You are actually, how can I put that? You're changing, you're rebirthing yourself, and people can't keep up with that kind of energy sometimes. So sometimes they kind of drift away out of your life, and you may have started to think, is it something to do with me? No, it is their projected energy, but they're looking at you as a light. And whilst they admire you, they feel like you remind them of the things that they have not achieved yet, or that they're not even thinking about achieving. So just be mindful of that. I don't know who needs to hear that, but it's coming up in the scrying energy there. We've also got abundance. Okay, so wealth is coming your way, something you've been working really hard for. You're attracting abundance. Sorry, I'll start again because that's not what it says. It says you're attracting more success and prosperity into your life, career, finances, and self-employment. Some of you are actually going to be an entrepreneur, or you are an entrepreneur already. Financially, this is a very rewarding time. You're meeting the right situations and the right people to open doors for success. Even if you're working alone, you're manifesting to your highest good, and I feel like you are attracting the right scenarios for you to totally boss up in your world. Also, number 42, when you reduce it, again, that's number 6. So I feel like the Lover's card energy is about yin and yang. It is about complementing energy. So it is about giving and receiving, balance and harmony. So all the effort you put into something, the law of the universe and the law of attraction says it will come back round to you as a reward. So I feel like you're being rewarded for all of that hard work. And finally, we've got modesty. with all that success and all that talent that you have, that drive, you know, you're not someone to really shout about it. You're not someone to show off about it. You let your accomplishments speak for themselves. It says here, rise above the provocative challenge that some people present in your life. Be humble, self-conscious, shy, grace, tact. Okay, so also, it's really interesting. They're just giving me this, which I find is quite profound. When you always are the person who says, oh, I know this and I know that and I know this, people start to think you know everything. So they don't actually offer any information, or they don't offer you anything. As a Scorpio, I feel like you know that. Sometimes it's better to be sort of on the edges looking in, because people are then more forthcoming with information. So I feel if you're struggling with any area of your life, taking a step back is actually a really good position to sort of reassess, but also to let stuff come to you, especially since you got the Emperor in the reverse position, which is, you know, the Emperor would actually go out and find the information, whereas the Empress there is like, okay, I know what is meant for me will come to me. So I feel even though you are moving in the right direction and you're still taking action and working, you're not forcing it, okay, is what I feel. It's number 5 as well. Modesty is important, because when you reduce 4 plus 41 there, it adds up to 5. That can bring conflict or tension, and some people, they get a little bit jealous when they see people rising. No one ever knocks the person who is below them. They knock the person who is above. So just be a little bit mindful of that, okay? Now, your overall fated energy, we have the Fool card. The Fool card is a wonderful card which reminds you that anything is possible. It reminds you that you have infinite possibilities and potential to succeed and be on the path that you want to be on. Also, it reminds you that by taking a leap of faith, taking a chance and trusting that the universe will bring you to where you need to go, you actually allow yourself to get there quicker on the journey. The Fool card is about curiosity. We all start in that wonderful energy. So I feel like you're entering a new cycle. This is a new beginning for you, okay? It tends to happen a lot with you with the new moon anyway, but I feel like there is some sort of new opportunity coming your way. And I feel like you're going to be reminded that anything is possible. You're changing your approach as well to the way that you go after your career or your business or love. I feel like you're taking a much more spiritual approach where you're recognizing, okay, I'm not going to force anything. What is meant for me will never pass me by. And I feel that is the perfect position to be in. As you can see, those hands are wide open, willing to explore anything that comes along on the journey, embracing it, because it will shape you, it will change you, it will inform you, and it will help you, because knowledge is the key to success, okay? We also have the Emperor card. It's in the resistance position. Now, this could be you dealing with someone who is in a hierarchy kind of position, maybe a boss, or perhaps it's a divine counterpart who has been very immature recently. You may have felt like this was like drawing blood from a stone from this person, especially since that song that came up, Somebody I Used to Know. Okay, that song's about a breakup, which is, it tends to be about, because I know that song, gosh, I can't remember who. Okay, they just said a word. Maybe that is the band. It's either, so they just said gotcha. Gotcha. So I don't know if they're saying gotcha as they're caught something, or maybe the band is called Gotcha. Now they're showing me a spelling. G-O-Y-T-E. Goita? Goitcha? I'm not really sure how you say that, but maybe gotcha is how you say it. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to look that up. I think that is actually the name of the band. Because it looks really familiar to me. I mean, I know some music, but I can't know everything in the whole world. So I can only rely on the information I'm getting. So I will look it up afterwards. So if you've gone through a separation and someone has been, you know, very unrealistic in their expectations, trying to push your buttons, remember, they're trying to get a reaction. And the thing about Scorpio is if you start to play mind games, you're playing with the master or the mistress, and we really don't want to go there. We don't want to engage with anyone who plays games, because number one, we don't want to have to sort of play that one-upmanship game, because we know that we'll win and it will hurt you, and we don't intend to. That is never the stance we want to take. And also, it is immature. Okay, if you want something, be honest, be open about it. I feel like there's someone here who's trying to press your buttons, and it could be that they've gone silent, or they could be trying to exert their control over you. And again, Scorpio, whenever Scorpio feels someone is trying to control them in some way, they withdraw. If you think about an actual scorpion, a scorpion will sting itself dead before it allows it to be someone's prey or allows power over it. So that is just a natural sort of resource we have as a Scorpio element. But coming back to you, the Emperor card in this position, you may have felt a little bit powerless, or you may have felt like you're, there were some things here. It's almost like you may have been avoiding something. Maybe it's been avoiding something that makes you feel too sensitive, because in the upright position, the Emperor card can be someone who is holding it all together, holding all their emotions in, trying to be calm on the outside so that nobody can see what's going on swirling underneath. You know, Scorpio, you have a wonderful poker face, so but it's in the resistance position, so it's like I got it in the reverse. So you may have felt a little bit more. It's interesting. The things that really make you passionate, it's almost like I feel like you felt a little bit numb. And then other things, I feel like you've been very sensitive with regards to, okay, they're all of a sudden explaining the song to me in a different way. Very interesting. The song's not actually about that. They keep coming back to the song, so I obviously haven't hit the mark of what they want me to say, but they're giving me the lyrics, somebody I used to know. They're explaining it to me, my guides are explaining it to me as if you may have felt like you are no longer the person you used to be. It's almost like you don't even recognize yourself at the moment, the way that things are going. Now, either that means a physical change or some sort of emotional change that's going on within you. They're indicating that somebody I used to know, they're seeing it from your viewpoint, as if you're looking at yourself like, that person, that Scorpio in the past is someone I used to be. I'm not that person anymore. Now, some of you may want to return to that energy if you felt like everything's really serious, because the Emperor is a very serious energy. If you felt like you've got very serious recently and you used to be someone who's very sort of flirtatious or gregarious, and COVID, the pandemic actually changed a lot of the way we can live and express ourselves in certain ways. So I feel, you may be looking at things that you used to be able to do that you can't do at the moment, or that things, depending on where you are in the world at the moment, things are opening up in various areas. So you're coming back to who you used to be. So there's just that energy coming out there. They're acknowledging it and they're reassuring you that, things are changing for the positive. And they want you to be reminded that you are powerful. You have the power to change your circumstances. You have the traits of a leader. Don't doubt yourself. This card in this position, sometimes you may doubt yourself if you're looking to move up the ladder, or you're trying to be your own boss, or be an entrepreneur, or step into a position of responsibility. It may have been a struggle to get to where you want to go, but this is the challenge position. So you will achieve this level of success, okay, to get to where you want to go. You will find that energy, that motivation that you may have struggled with recently. And I feel you will be guided. Some of you will actually reach out to people in power or a position of authority for some sort of guidance. So for example, if you're trying to set up your own business and you're like, I don't even know where to start. I've got a great idea, but I don't know where to start. You may look up like YouTube videos online of how to start a business, or, all the things you need to know before you take action. That's what that first card is like, taking a step back, gaining the courage from afar before you go into the fray, before you put yourself into the mix, okay? So we've got the Empress card as an outcome position. This is abundance. This is good fortune. This is well-being. Also, it is very creative. I feel like you're birthing something new, whether it's an idea. This is a time where you're brimming with potential and possibility. And I feel like you're opening yourself up to this new adventure to see where it goes. So for some of you, it could literally mean that wherever you're living in the world at the moment, restrictions are being lifted in certain ways, and you're like, it's a breath of fresh air, okay? For others, it'll be like a new step in a career. We will be actually taking a look at that a little bit deeper in a moment. And for some of you, you're going to take a leap of faith in a relationship, because we have the Emperor and we have the Empress, okay? So if there's someone here that you've been trying to connect to and it's been so difficult, you and this person, you may actually decide to end the cycle with this person and embrace a new start with somebody new. The Empress card is, you're turning heads. Also, the Empress remembers how beautiful they are, okay? They acknowledge how beautiful they are. They have healthy boundaries. They put their own needs first. So with that fifth house of romanticism and creativity and childlike spirit, which is really wonderful because that really, the Fool card really connects to your childlike spirit. You're going to be cracking jokes, be really funny. You know, you're going to be really lighthearted over the March period. And, you know, it's almost like that old Scorpio spirit is returning to you. So I feel quite excited about your energy. The Empress already has planted seeds in her world that she is nurturing to turn, whether they are ideas, whether they are job potentials or possibilities, whether it is a formulated plan, because the Emperor card is a planning stage. Whether you've got a plan, whatever it is you are trying to move towards, this is harvest time. This is your strategy working. This is you sort of powerfully creating your destiny and manifesting for your highest good. Also, very interesting, this is about you being a new version of yourself. That's what they're giving me right now. There's a new version of you, okay? One where you're embracing healthy routines, body, mind, and soul. Some of you may have been deciding to eat healthier or take things out of your diet that make you feel low vibe or low energy. I feel like I'm picking up on someone's energy who is trying different things in their life, taking them out of their diet to see if it works, if they get more energy or if they have an effect. So I feel like someone is trying to work out some sort of negative effect, or maybe it's a bloating, or maybe it's a low energy thing where you're starting to take like dairy or wheat or gluten or something out of your diet to see if you feel better within yourself. It's going to be very positive for your well-being going forward, okay? Also, some of you will be implementing exercise routines after a period of feeling a bit of a lull or a lack in energy. The World card is all about completion of a cycle that you may have gone through with somebody, or a situation where you felt like your power had been taken away. Okay, so I feel like you're avoiding that now, and you're not avoiding it as in you're ignoring it, but you're avoiding it by stepping out of the cycle. Okay, there is a difference. Also, the World card is about perspective. You're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunity. They're also giving me numerical synchronicity. Okay, so right now they're showing me 222 and 333. Those are numbers that are being sent to you in the next couple of weeks to pay close attention to some sort of award or recognition for a job well done. The World card is about success. It is about completing the goal, hitting your target. So I feel like you are right on track to hit a target, and I feel like you're curious about your potential and the possibilities that lie ahead. Also, the World, this card is giving me this energy of, if you've been feeling recently that you've got the world on your shoulders and it's been a very heavy, chaotic, or exhausting time, I feel like your energy is revitalized. And I feel with this card, you have a deeper understanding of your sense of self in that cycle. This card is about fulfillment. Some of you are actually taking a leap of faith to relocate to somewhere where you can, you know, enjoy the environment with that Empress card there. You want to get back to nature, but at the same time you want to be somewhere where you can work, because we've got the Emperor energy factored in there as well. So some of you are going to try and streamline your energy, working smarter, not harder, and trying to see if you can work from home, but in like a rural area, or somewhere where it is like peace of mind or good for your health, okay? And I feel like this is something that's in the planning stages, and you're curious, you're opening yourself up to opportunity. Now, as we move forward, I'm just going to use the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Beautiful deck here. I'm only reading the uprights in this deck, just so you're aware. We got the Hierophant, your commitment, your dedication. Also, as I said, some sort of secret knowledge coming your way. We've got the King of Swords. So that is you being very clever. This is about you using your intellect and reason over your passions. I feel like you're trying to either negotiate better deals, or you're trying to think before you act on something. You're seeking the truth on a situation. We've got the Hermit energy showing up for you. We've got the Seven of Wands. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We've got the Magician card. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? Now, just now, they're showing me a robin, okay? Robin redbreast. And the robin redbreast, so either this is something you can see right now as you're listening to this reading, or you've just seen one in the last day or so, or you will see one in the next day or so after this reading. It is a signifier from spirit that you're being guided. There's someone who's passed over in your family line who walks with you. Okay, they're helping guide you. They're showing me the Hierophant as guidance. This person is guiding you, and they're indicating they're trying to. The way that they're showing me is they're trying to coax you into having more fun or lightening up about something. So don't shoot the messenger when I say that, but that's what they're giving me. Oh, 5 and a 9. Oh, one more. That's so interesting. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? Can you show me an outcome after the 9 of Wands? The Chariot. Victory. Success. I'm loving that that came up there. Okay. Now, the first card here we have the Hierophant. This is about your commitment, but it's also about your commitment to things that you're passionate about. You are finding that passion within you once more. Also, some of you, as I said, may be seeking knowledge or maybe trying to open yourself up to learning new skills for whatever it is you're trying to achieve. The Hierophant is all about traditions, okay? And as a Scorpio, you don't tend to enjoy rules or regulations. So I feel like, there's something here that maybe you're expressing your originality, and I feel like you are operating within a rigid system or a rigid set of guidelines, but you're also being your wonderful authentic self. You're expressing yourself with that 7 of Wands, because the 2 of these cards together means you can go the distance. Okay, you have got what it takes. You have the determination, you have the willpower to succeed, and you can push against any obstacles. So if you feel like the powers that be are keeping you stuck in some way, or I actually feel that there is a person in power. Now, this could be a boss, or it could be someone who is in some sort of hierarchy. I feel like there's someone who actually, it's almost like they're passing a baton onto you. So either they are bestowing a gift upon you, or they are offering you a position of power or of leadership, or they're stepping down in a position and they're saying that they feel you are the right person to lead in a situation. I'm just getting that energy through, okay? Now, the Hierophant is also about spiritual practices. So I feel like you are, being curious and allowing yourself to sort of manifest from things like meditation or cosmic ordering, law of attraction. I feel like you are connecting to your intuition, and there's something here about, I'm trying to get this energy of you are doing something new, and I feel like you understand that you have to do things a certain way. So, this card is basically says, it's always been this way. So it's always going to be this way. You can't change things. You can't change the system. And then you come along, Scorpio, and you're like, watch me. I'm going to change things up. I'm going to shake things up. So with the 7 of Wands, this is about, being non-conformist. Basically, this card is like non-conformist. This card says conform, and this one says, I'm me, I'm authentic, I'm original, don't stifle my vibe, okay? So I feel like you're doing something new that it's almost like people expect certain things of you, but they're not going to expect this. And I feel this is something that you've been doing for a while, something that will bring you success, something that you've been fighting for. I feel like you're doing something different. This card also, I feel like you've come up against some challenges, but you can trust to make things happen. I feel like this card is basically saying you're living life on your own terms, okay? You're taking some sort of leap of faith. You're up for a new adventure. And so some of you may be starting a new passion project, or, you may be defending your dream against people who expect you to get like a 9-to-5 job or something like that. But I feel like there may be someone in your world who says, Scorpio, that's reckless. You shouldn't just go out and do go and do that thing. You won't be successful. And you're like, watch me. I'm going to be successful, and I'm going to wave at you from the finish line, and you're just going to be like dumbstruck that I did this, okay? So I feel like you're going to show people your power in March. Now, we've also got the King of Swords here. The King of Swords, I feel like you are formulating a plan. I feel like you are thinking before you do something. You're getting a better bird's eye view. Some of you are actually thinking about relocating, either relocating to another position in the world. Maybe you're thinking about being a bit more nomadic about the way that you work. They're also giving me 1414 right now. So there's a lot of numerical synchronicity here. Perhaps 14 is a number that's important to you as well. But the King basically says, I think before I act. And I will act, but only when the moment is right. So again, it's that energy of you standing on the sidelines, looking in, waiting for the right moment to manifest, to take action. The Magician card basically says you will be inspired to act when you know it is the right moment. But I feel like this is about you building your confidence or building your skill set, putting everything in a row so that everything is ready to go once you decide it is time to take action on something. The Magician accomplishes any goal because he has everything he needs right there on that table to accomplish it. Swords, that's about communication. It's about the mind. You have a very powerful mind. You've got great ideas and you've got great ways of expressing yourself that shows you that you're unique and authentic against other people. Also, we got the Pentacles. So you're very resourceful. You're dependable. You say what you're going to do and then you do it. You take action. You're hardworking. You proceed with commitment and dedication. Then we've got water. Your heart is fully engaged. Water is all about dreams, emotion, putting your passions where your heart wants to lead you. So you've got that. You're a dreamer. Also, you've got the wands there on that table. The wands are about passion, fire, determination to succeed. This is about being an achiever. You are a go-getter. So you've got everything you need to strive and accomplish your plan. Okay, so this basically says if you've received any obstacles or you felt a little bit clouded and you couldn't see the vision, or you felt like you were procrastinating for a while, I feel like you are going to get that energy to put the dedication back in. You're going to find that spark within you to be unstoppable. This card basically means you are unstoppable. You are capable of going the distance. Don't compromise your values or what is important to you. Always stay true to yourself. Now, the outcome position, we've got the Hermit, which is knowledge. So you may be focusing on something that you're doing all by yourself. This may be you cutting yourself off away from distractions so that you can focus. Okay, it's crossed there by the Seven of Cups. So I feel like you have a lot of opportunities and you may feel you have to take some time out to really work out what it is that you want. Because I feel when we are posed with a set of options, things can get clouded because there could be two things that you really want. You're like, they're equally wonderful. Which journey do I take? Which path do I open myself up to? So I feel like with this Hermit card energy, you're taking a temporary time out to sort of inspect your options and, work out what your passion burns for or where your passion still lies. As you can see, the Lantern is here. This person is looking for guidance. This person is looking for inspiration and illumination. And the Hermit only takes himself out of the day-to-day living, the rat race as it were, or takes himself away from distraction because he's feeling pretty jaded. He's feeling pretty fed up. He's feeling pretty exhausted. So he needs to recoup his energy in order to get back in the game, okay? Everything requires perspective, and I feel like you're taking some time out to actually get that perspective in order to, it's necessary for growth, okay? The Seven of Cups also means that there are a lot of options coming on in. So lead with your heart, because I feel in each option there is an outcome. So some opportunities may lead you down the garden path and may not be as fulfilling as others. So I feel like you really need to look at this. The Seven of Water typically means using your imagination, that you can actually dream all these potentials up into life, and then you can have them on the physical plane. Give yourself permission and opportunity to dream. Allow yourself to merge yourself and blend with your desires in order to have that alchemical sort of spirit. When children, they're in the playground, for example, they're like, I'm a fire engine, and they're driving around thinking that there are fire engines. In that moment, they truly believe they are a fire engine. So when we get older and we say, I want to be a rock star, or I want to be an artist, or I want to be an architect, or I want to be an accountant, okay? Sometimes we feel there are certain things that are out of our grasp. So we kind of give up on dreams. We're like, that's not obtainable. That's not, because society has taught us not to dream anymore. It's almost like as we mature, and the Emperor is all about maturity, some of us stop dreaming, or some of us accept our reality. And I feel this card says you're not accepting that. You're going after or defending something you truly want to do, and you are above the competition. You will get to where you want to go. Okay. Now, I don't know who needed to hear that, but that's what they're giving me. Now, also, we've got the double 5 at the end here. Now, 5, they are numbers of conflict. And we've got the 5 of Swords here, and we've got the 5 of Wands. There's someone here who causes a lot of drama, someone who's trying to push your buttons, okay? Now, I'm going to read it in terms of your energy. Sometimes you may get in your own way, my beautiful Scorpio, by holding on to things that no longer are necessary in your world. The things that you may have felt like you lost out on, or things that you may have felt were challenging, and you feel, it's almost like you beat yourself up about things sometimes. You always blame yourself before you blame anybody else. Have a little compassion for yourself. It's showing up at the end of March, so I'm not too sort of concerned about it, because it does have that Virgo influence. I mean, it's straight after that Virgo card of the Hermit, which means it will be a critical time period, okay, where you feel a little bit like self-sabotage, okay? So when we actually have to go a little bit off grid and we start to think about things and we're on our own, sometimes we can think about the worst scenario. And one of the lines in that song that came up earlier was, you can be addicted to a type of pain or something. It said something like that. So perhaps this is about your go-to when drama occurs or when something goes wrong. Your go-to is to blame yourself. Don't be blaming yourself. Don't play that blame game. Be kinder to yourself. Shift your negative self-talk, okay? And be more compassionate with yourself. What's really wonderful, though, about the 5 of Wands is that this card is not always about conflict. It is about brainstorming. It is about, being the best that you can be. It is about being in training for success, because the next card is the 6 of Wands, which is success, accomplishment, good news coming on in, reward, recognition for you being the best at what you do. Okay, so I feel here that there's something here that you've been either training for, or you've been waiting for this moment to sort of totally boss up, and the moment is arriving. Okay, but I feel like it has been a struggle. Sometimes you may have felt like it is to do with you, but I feel like it is a set of circumstances, perhaps even governed by the world, that has made you feel like it's been an uphill battle, or there was a pause. We've got that 9 of Wands, which is brilliant. Although you may be exhausted, you still never give up. Okay, the 9 of Wands, you're not a quitter. Okay, with the 9 of Wands also, this is a wounded warrior energy. It does mean you may be exhausted, but make sure you keep healthy boundaries. Make sure you stay true to your values, and be a little bit cautious though. Reevaluate the circumstances. Give your energy to the things that matter. Be discerning about the company that you keep and the people that you let in, because sometimes, my beautiful Scorpio, especially when your heart is engaged, you may allow people to come into your world who try to control you in some way, or try to manipulate you in some way, because they see you as very strong. And it's easy to manipulate a person who is weak, okay, or who has low boundaries. But when they see someone who is as strong as you, they see you as a challenge, and then they go out to hurt you even more, or they do some of the most horrific things to push your buttons, because they feel it is tougher to get past your outer shell, so they need to up the ante in some way. If you've got someone who is verbally unkind to you, or says things that you're like, I can't believe they said that to me. Nobody says things like that to anybody. It's because they're trying to get a reaction, and you are tougher to break than most people, so they feel like they need to go in all guns blazing to even try to get to you in the first place. Okay, so I really love the picture, this picture. I hope you can see it. If you can see the face on that person, they're really disgruntled. They're like, I just get them saying, for F's sake, I can't believe that this is my journey. Can somebody please give me a break? I feel like you are really like, I'm done with the struggle. I'm done with it. I'm over this. And just when you take that step back with the Emperor, you take that step back and look from the sidelines, success arrives. Okay, a watch pot never boils. The Chariot card is about that movable object. You can move it. You can move around it. You can actually move past it and forward and on to success or, victory. This card is about challenge. It is about getting back on the horse. It is about moving past any obstacles and being on a journey. I mean, some of you are physically going to be moving, and you're looking at your commitment to your goals and dreams and whether you can still have those things and still move to places that are further away from where you're currently at now. So I feel like you've got a set of circumstances where you have a choice, because the Chariot card is also a bit of a choice card. It means that there is a left or a right turning in your world right now, and you have to make a decision. And you will choose the right decision, but wherever you choose, it will lead to success, okay? This is a victory card. Also, this is about you living freely and fearlessly. They just said, and fearlessly. And what's really important about this card is there are no reins on those sphinxes that are guiding the chariot. So part of you is guiding your journey, and the other person or element that is factored in, that is governing your journey, is fate. So I do feel like you're being led to the position or the places that you're meant to be. You're going to be in the right place at the right time. In terms of relationships, I feel like you're looking, if you're not in a relationship right now, or you're starting to open yourself up to find new love, because of course love is not going to smash through our window, roll across the floor and join us on the sofa. We have to put in effort, dedication to find the right person. So getting yourself out there may be easier said than done, but maybe putting yourself online. If you're looking for love, I feel like your dedication, I feel like you've battled off a couple of frogs in your time, and I feel like you may be starting to wonder, is it me? Am I the common denominator? I feel like you've gravitated to a lot of people who needed to be fixed, or in some way felt powerless, or were not as strong as you. People who wanted to sort of work you out, but they avoided their feelings. People who tried to control you in a way where, or they procrastinated, they kept you hanging. Okay, I feel like you've really done a lot of processing on that, and I feel like you're moving away from that cycle. You're entering a new cycle where I feel like you will meet someone who challenges you in the right way. I'm going to pull a card on that actually. Because we have an Emperor and Empress here, I feel like you will meet your divine counterpart, but you have to cut out whatever person from the past that left you hanging, or is no longer, like, it just doesn't feel good anymore. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Walk away from that. Seven of Wands in reverse is quitting something. How would you like to receive? Yeah, quitting, letting the baggage go. I mean, all these cards are saying, let it go, okay? Seven of Wands says, walk away. This is not rewarding, whatever this situation is in the past. The Ten of Wands says you've carried this for a long time. It's become a burden. You may not be able to stop thinking about a person. You may be also asking why. Why me? Why did this happen? Sometimes we have to be okay with the fact that we will never know the why. We take back our power by saying it's okay. We don't need to know the why. What we need to know is that we love ourselves and respect ourselves more than that person ever could. So therefore, we need to leave them, let them stay in the past. The Five of Cups indicates that sometimes we have to allow things that are not meant for us to go, even if we felt like they were right for us. It means universe can come in with something that is even greater than before. They want me to go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, as you can see, there's two cups here just waiting for this person to discover it, but they're too busy looking at the past losses. I mean, this could be also to do with a career. If you felt like there's been a lot of opportunity that never went your way, they're indicating that there is an opportunity coming on in here for you. There is an offer. That Five of Cups reminds you to keep your eyes alive and open for the opportunity that's coming on in. Don't be looking at your shoes and, thinking about the past. Also, they're just giving me this right now, which is if you're currently looking for a new home, there may be several homes that you're like, nope, 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 not for me, nope, 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 before you find. I feel like the way they're giving it to me is like almost, I feel it's from this date now. I'm doing this reading on the 28th of February. There'll be three, and then you'll find the one. That's what they're giving me. Three, and then you'll find the one. Okay, three opportunities at viewing houses or something, and then you'll find the one. Okay, now we've also got the Two of Wands in the reverse, which means you won't have to wait anymore. Okay, yes, grieve the past, let it go, but as soon as you release that burden, you won't have to wait much longer for the love that you seek. I'm just going to see a little bit more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Okay. Okay. They're indicating that by settling for anything less than you truly deserve is a form of self-sabotage, okay? You're worth better than that. If it brings mental conflict and you're overthinking or you don't know where you stand in a situation, it means the person is not fully invested in a relationship with you. You know that, Scorpio, okay? With a different deck, I'm just going to clarify that Five of Swords all by itself. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? Can you please clarify that Five of Swords? We've got the Eight of Swords in the reverse, and we've got the Three of Cups in the reverse, okay? Eight of Swords in the reverse is to free your mind. It is to free yourself from fear. It is to get clarity. It is, there's something here you really need to see, or something here that you've denied that has kept you stuck. Okay, you're releasing it, you're freeing yourself up, you're escaping yourself, you're liberating your mind. And we've got the Three of Cups here. This is something that maybe you will not celebrate. It may be painful to let go of, or it may be hard to let go of, but they're indicating there was no support in that situation in the first place. So you didn't really lose what you never had. That's a hard reality. I'm so sorry. Please don't shoot the messenger. When I said that I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading, and even that sentence sort of caught me here, okay? So even that applies to me in parts of my life as well too. So I feel a little bit shaken by that comment. You cannot lose what you never had. So it is a realization. Now we do have a King of Pentacles, so there is someone rewarding coming on in, someone who actually may have their own business, someone who's got all their SHIT together, someone who wants you from the get-go, someone who wants to build a relationship with you. This will be your divine counterpart. This is someone who may have strong earth in their chart. I'm feeling a lot of Taurus energy. I mean, they are perfect for Scorpios. They bring a lot of grounding to your water element, but also this is someone who's loyal, someone you can trust. Okay, it's all about the trust. And I feel like you could not trust a person from the past that is still some way in your energetic sphere. You may not want to be with that person, but it may have thrown up trust issues. And you may have questioned yourself in the past as if it was something to do with you. But I feel like that person made you feel like it was to do with you. But it wasn't, okay? It was projected energy. Also, I feel like you are turning your goals and dreams into reality. I feel like you're aligning yourself with success with this card. I feel like you're exploring your options, enterprising and expanding, and financially totally bossing up here. I just get that sometimes people look at an immovable force and they feel like they've come to a block and they're like, now I don't know what to do. But you're very resourceful, my beautiful Scorpio. You will find a way around the blockage. You will find an avenue, whether it's under it, over it, through it, around it. You will find it, okay? You will find that solution. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. I'm just going to give you a final sort of personal power oracle deck, to a little mantra for you to remember as you move through the month of March. You want one more? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Now this is not going to resonate for everyone, but they just said Felipe. So Felipe, either your name is Felipe or you're dealing with someone who's called Felipe. I mean, it may be the name of a place, so please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone, that's for sure. So please take it as it resonates. It may be literally that someone's attention may have wavered, so they want to call them back into the reading and gain their attention. So the first card, I mean, there you go. I am authentic, and absolutely you are, Scorpio. Your authentic expression is, the way forward. Even in a love relationship, they want you to be more open. They want you to be who you are, have that free, sort of frivolous, exciting, sort of childlike energy mixed with that mystery that you've got, mixed with that passion. I mean, you are the full package. Be your wonderful, authentic self. Don't hide yourself away just because a situation in the past knocked your confidence, okay? People want to see the real Scorpio. You're like a myth. Okay, people want to explore you. They want to know you. They want to love you. So allow them, okay? It's number 37. And when you reduce it, 3 plus 7 is 10. So there's definitely some sort of new start here that is aligned with your heart. Also, they're really highlighting the I here for me. There's something here. that's going to really open your eyes. I feel like there's an offer coming on in that will really open your eyes. They're just saying it's worth it. Okay, anyway, we've got I am connected, number 35. Number 35, when you reduce it, 3 plus 5 is 8, the number of the self. You are connected to the universe. You have strong manifestation skills. Also, very intuitive, okay? There's that Gemini energy as well, so I feel like you are connected already to the things that you seek. You just have to raise your vibrations to match them. And you do that by believing in yourself and, you know, being like that childlike spirit. If you feel like you are a fire engine, you are a fire engine. If you feel like you are the most successful person on the planet, you will be that person, okay? Thoughts become things. Something came up in a reading the other day, which really blew my mind, and I looked it up. Can I remember it now, though? Probably not exactly the way that I read it online, but abracadabra basically means to utter something into reality. It's almost like to speak into reality. So you basically, what you say becomes real. So it's very important. You are already attached to the things that you want. You're attached to that soulmate that you really want. You're attached to that dream opportunity that you really want. You just have to visualize yourself as it. A lot of people think about, oh, I want to be abundant. I want loads of money. And then they just see a big old pile of money. You're just visualizing a big old pile of money. You're not seeing yourself having that money. You're not seeing how it would change you. You're not seeing how if you walked into a store, you could be affording anything you want. You are not seeing yourself being generous and philanthropic and giving money to charity because you have excess money. You have to see yourself in the role of those things, like a cinema. See it on a screen. See yourself having the lifestyle that you want, and it shall become reality, okay? So just be mindful of that. And the final card is I trust in divine timing. No matter what age you are, I don't care if you're 75 or you're 95, 102. If you're still searching for love, love is still out there for you to engage in. You got to put yourself in the right situation. Be curious about it, okay? Open yourself up. Why not explore all avenues in life? The world is a huge place for us all to offer. We don't have to just stay in our little patch of land. I know, sometimes financial situations keep us rooted to the spot because we have to save and we have to work a couple of jobs in order to get whatever we want in life or even just pay the bills. But keep manifesting and things will change. Circumstances will shift to bring you what you need, okay? So I trust in divine timing. Now, there's more financial reward here for you. Also, there is an offer coming through that you're really curious about and actually sets you apart. I feel like it will transform your world. Look out for it. They're giving me 1414 again. So perhaps 14th is the date this news will arrive in March for you. And finally, I'm going to get a trinket before we close. Thank you so much for it, guys, and angels. Ooh. Loving this. So number one, we have the lucky cat. This means opportunity is going to visit your door. Okay. They're just showing me a little black cat. It's got a tiniest little white mark here in the front of its chest. They're just showing me a little black cat peeping around a corner and just staring. Curious about you. So I feel like this is something you will see in the next 6 to 7 weeks. Okay, you'll see a black cat. It looks like it has a white marking right here, and it just peeps and stops in its tracks and just stares at you. Okay, it's this. When you see this, they want you to be reminded there is something about you that is different from everybody else, and your authentic self, that is your superpower. Remember, you have that je ne sais quoi, that thing that people talk about. That draws people to you, animals to you. I feel like, yeah, this is a signifier as well that there is some really good news coming towards you. But the cat represents independence, being an independent spirit. And, taking a calculated risk. If you think about cats, when they see an object of their desire, they actually sort of do that little sort of shuffle thing. They keep a laser-like focus and then they take a leap of faith. And you've got that Fool card there. So I feel like you're taking a calculated risk on something, opening yourself up to something that's going to be very, very successful. And they want this on the World card. Okay, and finally we got an angel. So I feel there is definitely someone who walks with you. I mean, you have a lot of guides, they walk with you all the time, but I feel like someone over the next 4 to 5 weeks, they're going to make their presence known to you. This is someone who's already in spirit. I feel like it's a member of your family. They keep telling me that you need to lighten up, you need to have more fun, or you need to enjoy yourself a little bit more, okay? Because they want you to thrive. And I feel like it's almost like they're going to give you a scenario over the next 4 to 5 weeks that makes you laugh so hard. Either it's a reminder of them, or it is something, I mean, drops, and you just stop and you just laugh about it. There's something here that makes you laugh so hard. They are orchestrating that from the other side, okay? Just so you're aware. Even if it's like you trip over your own feet for no reason. You're like, oh, what the, I'm such a, and then you start to laugh because you're like, oh, I'm so clumsy, or something like that. They're orchestrating this. I'm not saying that your relative is like tripping you up all over the place, but I feel like they're trying to make their presence known in your world. Notice the signs, okay? So you're not alone. They walk with you. You're being guided. And they want this on the Empress card. They want you to know that you're beautiful or handsome, both inside and out. And that actually a lot of people fall in love with you, but they never say it. They actually keep it to themselves. So if you've been feeling a little bit unloved recently, or you've been feeling a little bit lonely recently, they're indicating that actually people do think about you a lot, but they feel, there's something here about your independence. They're showing me that sometimes they feel like you're closed off, or there is some sort of invisible force field around you where you keep yourself distant. You may feel like you're on the outsides looking in. That energy is going to change, okay? And open yourself up to that change, because it's going to be very rewarding. You will meet the soulmate, but also meet the right people. People actually really admire you a lot from afar, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. Once again, the Scorpio reading is longer than all of the readings. I do apologize, but they obviously have a lot to say for you. If something resonates here, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell. That lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio. Love and light.